Afternoon, everybody, and welcome to 5 Minutes with Seany. Here is Mr. Sean Entin.
Hey, everybody. It's Sunday. It's Sunday the fun day, October the 8th. Wow, the time has gone by. This show this afternoon is going to be amazing. It's with a new friend of mine. I'm going to call him a good friend. His name is Rob Swartz. At the age of 37, he came down with a horrific autoimmune disease, and I'll let him share with you what's happening. But he had to literally reinvent his life and basically almost start all over. This guy's a very successful entrepreneur, a financial a planner, married, and you're going to hear his story, his comeback story. Here he is right now. Robbie, so if you can kind of explain to us what happened to you, and then what have you done to recover with it?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Sean. As you said, it started about 5 years ago. I woke up one morning in February of 2012, a little bit lightheaded when I got out of bed. When I stood up, I was like, okay, that wasn't right. It was definitely, more than that lightheaded you feel if you stood up too fast.
Got it. Sounds like symptoms of a stroke, but it wasn't, obviously. So share with us what happened to you, and then.
Yeah, from that day, it progressed very rapidly. It started then hand tremors, started noticing shaking in my hands that I couldn't control. Balance started to suffer, started to get episodes of vertigo where the world is spinning around you. Temporary blindness,
Wow.
You bend down to tie your shoes and stand up and the world spins and you go blind for a few seconds and you can't stop shaking. Within a span of 6 weeks, I'd progressed to the point I found myself at MAYO Clinic in Minnesota having brain surgery to figure out what was going on.
Okay, so what happened? What's this called?
This is called, through a brain biopsy, we were able to diagnose the disease. It's called chronic microglial encephalomyelitis, which basically is a term they're using for this rare disease where my body and my immune system is attacking a specific cell in my brain and spinal cord.
Wow. Okay. So basically, you must be scared. I mean, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm still so young. I'm on top of my game. I'm very successful businessman, entrepreneur, financial planner. Take me through the emotional onset of all this, and then how you started to recover and what you did to get better.
Yes. The hardest part was initially seeing images of my brain on my doctor's computer screen, seeing all the abnormalities, like hundreds of little dots on the MRI. And initially, we didn't know what they were. It was 14 days from that point till we actually had surgery and had a diagnosis. For 14 days, knowing something's in your brain and not being able to do anything about it or what it actually is, and will it kill me? What will it do? But at that point, it's a choice. It's, okay, no matter what this is, I'm going to fight it. I'm going to beat it, and we're going to move on with life.
And then you used to run a lot before this thing happened. You ran marathons, right?
Yes. In 2011, my wife and I were, 12 or 13 different races, half marathons, marathon, triathlons, cycling races, a couple half iron triathlons. I was in far and away the best shape of my life. And now looking down, I couldn't stop the shaking in my hands and, would randomly go blind.
Okay. How are you now? What are the doctors saying? Are you affected now? I mean, because you look amazing to me. You look great. You're a beautiful man.
Thank you. Still, I'd say I have face for radio versus live like this, but that's okay. Right. Today I'm okay. I'm stable. I have to take a very high dose of immunosuppressive medication to slow down my immune system, stop that process, because this disease, it is lifelong. It's something I'm always going to have to deal with. I could relapse. We don't know. I've relapsed a couple times, but the medication level I'm at now, I've been at for a couple of years. It's keeping me stable. I'm back to exercising again, back to running. Well, running is a relative term, more run for a little while, walk, but I'm out there, I'll get it done.
It's all about how you finish. I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
it's one step at a time.
Yeah, I mean, the cognitive experience I feel, the cognitive fatigue, I'd call it. It's not about me getting tired muscle-wise. My mental, the emotional side of me still, 7 years post-stroke, we talked about this. We just get tired, and there's moments I got to pull myself out of it and say, I just got to keep pushing through. And when you shared with me on the phone the other day was, I love your line. You said, it's not it's a marathon, and
it's slow and steady will win the race. It's just,
I love that.
Everyone has their own race, their own challenges. It's just keep moving forward. It's fighting that demon into your mind that wants to take you to that dark place.
Yeah, no, I often use and say it's not about why me, it's about what's next. And you make me want to keep going, and you inspire me on this. So I just, thank you for sharing your story with all this. And if you were to give anyone advice out there, what would you tell them? Whether it's a brain injury, stroke, or this disease you go through?
It's don't ever give up. We've got one shot at this life. It's stay positive. Every day is a blessing. Wake up with gratitude. Enjoy the day, seize the day, do what you can. You may not be able to do as much as you could yesterday, but tomorrow will be another new day. Keep moving forward.
It's carpe diem. It's carpe diem.
Absolutely.
You seize the moment. You seize the moment. I love that.
And Rob, let me just interject a question here because we're almost out of time, but I think it's important as you're moving on, you're recovering, you're doing exactly as you say, taking the next day, taking the next step. Tell us a little bit about the not-for-profit that you've started. I've got the link address up on the screen right now. If you would just tell us quickly about your not-for-profit and what your mission is there.
Absolutely. The name is Team Lucky 7. Website, as you saw, was teamlucky7.org. The name stems from the fact that I was the 7th diagnosed person with this disease, but the nonprofit, our mission is racing to fight brain disease. We're not raising money for me, for my disease. It's the millions of people suffering with Alzheimer's, ALS, MS, Parkinson's. There's 600 diagnosed neurologic diseases out there.
How about stroke?
Yes, absolutely. The stroke, the mental health stroke, autism. It's what can we do to fund research to find cures for these diseases? Maybe someday a breakthrough in MS may translate to my disease. I don't know, but
I love it. Yeah, exactly.
What can we do?
Hey, Rob, I want to put a thank you out to our good friend, our mutual friend, Frank Shamrock, for introducing us together. And Frankie, if you're listening, thank you so much for the intro to Rob Swartz, because he's my new soulmate, my new brother in arms. And together, I think the 3 of us or 4 of us are going to really help a lot of people with mental health, with brain issues, whether it's this disease, ALS, or Parkinson's or stroke. We're going to make a difference. We're going to keep giving back. And so, Rob, thank you so much for taking the time to share your story, and let's keep in touch, and let's do this.
Absolutely.